Hi, this is Mohammed Shafi Sardar, Faculty of Computer Science, S.G College, Koppal. In today's session, we are going to discuss about working with animations. Here, animation is nothing but it is an art of creating moving images. If you want to create a moving effect to the still images, you can give that moving effect to the still images with the help of animation with the use of computers. Animation plays a very huge role in entertainment to provide action or realism, and as well as animation can also be used in education, so providing visualization and demonstration for the practical sessions. So animation can be extremely effective in training applications also. So for example, say a mechanic needs to be trained on a hydraulic system for the landing gear of a jet plane. In that situation, so you can give a training with the simulation effect of animation. So the perception of motion in animation is an illusion. So you have to imagine, and your imagination should turn into animation, and it becomes an illusion for the motion of animations. The movement that we see is like a movie. So movie is made up of many still images, in each in its frame. Movies on video run at a 30 frames per second FPS, but computer animation can be effective at 12 to 15 frames per second. In animation, we have two types: 2D animation and 3D animation. Now let us see what is 2D animation. 2D means two dimension. 2D animation is the art of creating movement in two-dimensional phase. Using only two faces of an image, if you give an animation effect, that is called as 2D animation. In 2D animation, there are two types. One is cell animation. The second one is path animation. So cell animation is based on the changes that occur from one frame to another to give a illusion of movement. So you can change the images for every frame so that you feel the illusion of movement of an image in the cell animation. Here, cell word comes from celluloid, a transparent sheet which was used to draw images as a background images. You could have more than one object move against a fixed background in cell animation. And the second one is path animation. So in path animation, the images are going to move along with predetermined on the path on the screen. So you can draw the path as a straight line, or it could be any curved line. So how you are going to specify the draw path of the animation? In similar way, the object is going to move on the screen in the path animation. Often in path animation, object does not change. Of course, you might be resized or reshaped the object, but relatively the same image is used to give a path animation rather than several objects for the animations. You can set the object's beginning position in the first frame and its ending position at the end frame. Then there is a technique of making animation between first and last frame called tweening. So animation software automatically fill the intervening frames as an animation in the path animation. So these are two different types of animation that can be used in a 2D animation. The second type is 3D animation. 3D means 3-dimension animation. In 3-dimension animation, the foundation basically used for multimedia CDs or 3D animation used for adventurous titles, where if you want to create a adventures games or multimedia CD games, then 3D animation can be used. So 3D animation considerably more complex than 2D animation, and it involves 3 different steps to complete 3D animation. The first one is modeling, the second one is animation, and third one is rendering. Here, modeling is the process of creating 3D objects or 3D character or scene. Here, the technique we are using drawings with a different views of an object, means top view, side view, cross section view. By setting the points on a grid, you can have a different shape of a model or a character or an object. That is called as modeling. In the views are used to define the object shapes. After that, the next step is animation. So in animation step, it defines the object's motion, how the lighting and views change during the animation in 3D. After animation, the third step is rendering. It is the final step of creating 3D animation, which involves giving objects attributes such as color, surface texture, and degrees of transparencies in 3D animation. So these 3 steps must be followed to create 3D animations. And in animation, we have some of a special effect. In the special effect, we have an animation called morphing. Morphing is the process of transforming one image into another via a series of frames. For example, in a computer, in a kiosk, 2 people photo can be used to combine and generate a blending of images. How the first image turned into second image. So that type of animation is called morphing. So morphing process involves selecting set of corresponding points each of the images. So in the image, you have to select 2 different faces and set the points that might include eyes, lips, ears, and outlines of the head. So you can turn a human face into an animal face or a kid face into elder face. So in the similar way, you do a different animation and you can show how 2 images blend together, but also in showing how an image might change over a time. The second special type of animation is warping. Here, it is related to a special effect that allows you to manipulate a single image. For example, you could stretch a facial feature to change a frown into smile. You can stretch the nose, or you can extract the face of the photo. So different facial features can be used in different way by using warping effect. So these two are special effects used in animation. And there is another concept that is popularly used as virtual reality. Here, virtual reality basically creates an environment that surrounds user so that he or she becomes a part of the experience. So today in virtual reality, so you can create an animation for interior decoration or for a building plan, or you can show a different actual experience using virtual reality. So you might have seen using special type of goggle, you can watch 3D movies to get the special effects. So those are all considered as virtual reality. The term virtual reality has been used to describe various types of application. Some of that is mentioned here. For example, Boeing uses flight simulators that are cockpits of actual airplanes, mounted on a hydraulic controlled legs that can simulate every motion of the aircraft. Suppose think that a Boeing is a flight. If you want to train a pilot how to control the cockpit as well as the Boeing flight, and you want to train a pilot, then before going actual with the Boeing flight, you can simulate with the animation with the virtual reality using virtual reality effect. And in some adventurous games, the surroundings change as the user points, like cursor, you can walk through, or you can go upstairs or turn left or right. Otherwise, you move through various scenes that that can be seen with the effect of virtual reality. There are arcade type of games and educational applications that require headgear with goggles that allow the user to step into a virtual world. You have to use a VR system. It's a special type of a goggle. When you wear it, you feel the virtual reality. And although the virtual reality applications are animations, and the famous Apple computer has developed a quick time VR system to feel the virtual reality. So this is what today's session. If you have any doubts, you may ask the question. So thank you very much for today's session. We'll continue in the next session with another topic. Thank you for the session.